I think it could be really beneficial to be a right-handed southpaw. Like, so for me, I can fight both ways. I can fight orthodox and southpaw, and the benefit is you have a dope jab. Like your jab is serious when you can stand southpaw and be right-handed because you're throwing your jab with your power hand. And you have a lot of fighters that do that these days. Like look at Errol Spence Jr. in boxing. He's right-handed, but he stands southpaw. And look at his jab. His jab is money. People who stand with their dominant arm forward have the best jabs, and they're usually going to be more jab heavy than people who don't stand with their dominant arm forward. But there's pros and cons though, because now your rear hand is not going to be the power side; it's going to be the lead side. But for me, I think my rear cross is more sharp, like more accurate than my cross on my right side if I'm standing orthodox. So pros and cons. The most effective martial art for street fights is going to be boxing because of the footwork, because of all the defensive practices that you're going to be using in the middle of a fight. You don't want to be throwing kicks in a fight and risk falling down. You don't want to be grappling people. You don't want to try to wrestle someone. Any of these situations are typically going to compromise you. So you want to use a martial art where you're going to be moving around, and then you could at any moment stop, plant your feet, throw punches, and knock someone out, and then keep moving. Are you still doing personal training? Yep, that's what I do for a living. Is it normal to contemplate to switch to MMA after losing to boxing? Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, it just depends. Like, if you have good boxing, going over to MMA with that boxing is gonna help you a lot too, because you're gonna have a big advantage having those type of hands in MMA. Because in MMA, most people can't box that good. Most fighters are just okay everywhere, but they're not great anywhere. So if you go to MMA and develop a good takedown defense, develop good submission defense, and you have some hands on you, you're gonna be able to go far fast. When I jab, I keep getting countered with an overhand. If you keep getting countered in general, this is what you want to do. Add feints to your game. If somebody is countering you, they're only able to counter you because they've caught on to your timing and your patterns. So the moment you add a feint, you throw off your timing. You throw off that pattern. Now they can't read you. You're not predictable anymore. So all you have to do to stop them, feint. That's a good reminder for you. Look, next time somebody goes to counter you or even looks like they want to counter you, start adding feints and watch how fast you overcome those counters. Another thing is if somebody's defending your punches well, they're starting to just catch your timing in general. You can't hit them because they're seeing your punches coming. Add feints. That will help them too. So keep those two things in mind. Whenever somebody's countering you well, and whenever somebody is defending your shots well, that means they've caught on to your timing, so you need to add feints into your game. For your one-on-one training unlimited, do you also help with defensive boxing drills or just footwork? So the way my online program works is every plan or every program in my online training program has footwork in it. All of them. My whole program is based on footwork and defense. So, like, let's say, for example, if you're in the program where you're working on your check hook, well, you're going to be working on a check hook while working on your defense too. So you're going to have multiple drills. You're going to have a bunch of footwork drills, and then you'll have one focus, like a check hook, a stiff arm, a smother, a step through, other different techniques that I think you should have. But footwork is all in the program because you need footwork. That's the best way to keep yourself safe. And it builds coordination, athleticism, all kinds of things. When is it too late to start MMA to go to the UFC? It just depends. I've seen people start MMA pretty late these days. It really depends how much of an athlete you already are before starting MMA. If you're like brand new off the streets and you never did a sport in your life and you think you're just gonna start doing MMA at the age of 23, like it's probably not gonna happen unless you're just like a freak. But if you're a freak, you'd have been playing sports this whole time. You wouldn't have just waited till today to start training MMA. So it's all situational. You familiar with Joshua Van? Yeah, the 125er. Yeah, he's a dope fighter to watch, man. He's got a heart of a lion, can eat shots like no other, keeps coming forward. Man, that's what you call entertainment. A lot of people think he looked like Max Holloway, but for 125ers. If a boxer encounters a wrestler or a grappler, he's probably going to be done for, especially if it's a wrestler, because a wrestler is just going to wrestle him, and he's not going to have anything that's going to be able to stop that. But a jiu-jitsu guy might not be able to beat a boxer because jiu-jitsu guys don't have the best takedowns. So if the boxer can just kind of like hold him off a little bit, he'll be able to beat a jiu-jitsu guy down on the feet. Rhythm is everything. Sugar Ray Robinson, that's right. How to train your chin, just in case. You can't really train your chin, but you can do like neck workouts just to strengthen your neck so it could take more like whiplash.